a sports analysis company has videoed all Hearts games and developed specialist software to analyse the critical action.
Our raw material is video footage, so when we film a match or any event that we're at, we capture it first and foremost onto the hard drive of the computer. So on this side of the screen, we've just got a movie, a 90-minute movie able to run. The right-hand side of the screen really is our analysis structure. We have a series of categories that help us describe any critical event in the game. Further up the screen is where all the events are then logged, and up the top of the screen will be a results grid, which really just tallies all the information. So we are able to simply log that Hearts had a throw-in the midfield third, and then put the detail that the coaching staff want.
With the match action compiled, before the players arrive, head coach Craig Levein and assistant Peter Houston go through the analysis of Saturday's game.
Let's have a look, just rewind just a fraction, Kenny. If you have a look at Mabes' position, Elvis gets attracted to the ball to attack it, and then Paddy gets attracted to the ball for the second ball. If you just stop it, Kenny, after Elvis has lost the header. Now, the problem is here, if you have a look at it, Mabes is actually on his way back, and Paddy's on his way forward, and his first touch beats him, and Alan's still in there. To be fair to Paddy, he's dropped back in to give cover there, and so has Robbie. Mabes is coming back in as well. I'll tell you what's beat us, to be honest with you, is Paddy's bad touch. Okay, let it run, Kenny. I mean, there's two things. One, I think Elvis should win the header. Secondly, you'd expect Paddy to do better with the clearance. The ball could go absolutely anywhere at Peter, apart from ending up going right to Lovell's feet. And Mabes is playing him on. Okay, let's have a look at the next one.
This next one, Elvis wins the ball, but then there's a hole because he's come out to win it. There's a hole through the middle.
Go back just to the point where Craig Gordon clears the ball, Kenny,
Yep.
please. Let's have a look at the back line here. There's Robbie, there's Alan, there's our two centre-backs. Let's see how much ground they make up and how quick they make up. Now, Elvis is slow to come out there. Their three best goal-scoring attempts have come right through the middle of the defence. Something which hasn't happened in recent games.
Our role is just to improve the quality of information flowing in the coaching process here at Tynecastle. Our first aim is really to provide a complete and accurate description of the past performances for the coaching staff. The second function then is to make sure that feedback that the coaches give is evidence-based. So by looking at some of the statistics on the match, interactively linked with the video, it's very clear for the players to see the messages of the coaches. There's some mornings they can come in here a little bit sheepish, wondering what the evidence is going to provide, but generally speaking, they're motivated to improve as players.
Okay, so we'll have a look at this one first and foremost, and then we'll have a little chat about where I think we could have done better. Certainly, most of it's problems in the back four, and we did make a change to the Dundee game. Andy Webster was out through injury, and we brought Patrick Kisnobo into the centre of defence. We won the game, and I think we won the game. We deserved to win the match, but I think there were one or two things that were evident in our back four that we can go over and reaffirm some defensive responsibilities to certain players. Midfields-wise, not too bad at all. Our line's reasonable, apart from, I think, Robbie, looking at this, I think if you go and stand that side of the widest player and let Elvis fill that gap there, and I think there's an opportunity for you to block his run. You know, rather than you worry about him, who is the widest player, I think we have to be narrower than that. You're inside Steve Lovell, let Elvis go, fill that gap. If we let it run until Elvis loses the ball. Okay, to be honest, if Paddy takes a touch anywhere else other than straight to him, it's not going to hurt us. But first and foremost, Elvis should win the header, Paddy should take a better touch, and more importantly, we should have a line. And Milne should be offside. Okay, next one. The idea of the whole process is to obviously to pick up on things that we can improve on. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of our game. You know, we can sit down with the players and analyse exactly where we feel we can improve, which areas of the park we might need to work on in particular weeks. And also it's good for individual development, pointing out people's faults in their game which they have time during the week to work on. I think it's something that the players have come to embrace, come to understand, and I think it's beneficial. The players think it's beneficial, and I think the results would indicate that.
It used to be flying teacups and players being nailed to dressing room walls. Now it's computer-aided analysis. Gordon, what's happening?
I think it's first class, actually, to be doing that, and I'm a great believer in it. At one time, we used to show the videos when I was at St Mirren, and it was quite funny because if you don't have the video, the players deny that it was anything to do with them. And
You need the video evidence.
Even sometimes when you've got the video evidence to prove it, they still say there's a reason why they were in that position and you got it wrong. But I think it's first class, and I would imagine most of the clubs will end up doing that because you have to start analysing where you're going wrong, your shape of your team. Everybody has to be in a position relating to each other, especially defensively, as you saw there, in midfield. And I think the players won't like it to start with because they're going in, you saw them coming in, they're a bit sheepish because ultimately you're going to be shown up at some stage for making a mistake, and that's the worst thing about it. But if it helps your development and you can improve from it, then you've got to be doing it. And that first class, I think, I've got to give a lot of admiration for Craig Levein, what he's doing there. That's the way ahead.